What our Amnesty researchers and members have been reporting is an incredible excessive use of force by the police, extensive use of tear gas, extensive use of water cannons, and we're very concerned now about the level of detentions and how people are being held incommunicado. So the police are not reporting on who they're detaining and where they're detaining them, and that really concerns us around the fate of those protesters and what might happen to them incommunicado.
What I have seen is police chasing people who are obviously no threat to anyone. Police chasing people with water canyons and trying to push them into the sea who obviously were not able to do anything at all. So this is obviously not a police force that is simply trying to keep law and order, which I would completely understand. But rather going out there and obviously trying to be vindictive towards the protesters who seem to be quite peaceful.
I think this is something that's happening all over the world, that the state is not willing to talk to the people, and I think that is really something that's very disheartening. And I've been following the events in Taksim Square and the complete lack of any intelligent response from Prime Minister Erdogan, and I find this is quite shocking. I firmly believe in freedom of speech, and I find it unacceptable that people who are speaking their minds and who are simply wanting something better for society are being persecuted. And I hope that the situation will be resolved and that the voice of the people will be heard. And that's the most important thing, no matter where you are in the world.
I think it's unfortunate that the Prime Minister appears to be so out of touch with the will of the people and where the people are at, and has misjudged. To me, it seems a huge misjudgment on his part as to what is really going on and how to respond to it. There was an opportunity there that could have been quite positive, and he's, from what I've seen, sort of blown it. And it's going to become more difficult for them to recover without causing more damage. He needs to listen to the people.
I think there's three Turkeys. I think there's the Ottoman Turkey, I think there's Ataturk's Turkey, and I think there's modern Turkey. And the battle that you're fighting right now is a decision between the modern, the future of Turkey, represented by the cities, Izmir and Ankara and Istanbul, and the diversity and multiculturalism and the depth of your culture, and an Ottoman Turkey, which restricts and shuts down and is autocratic and doesn't have space for diversity of voices. And I stand with you, I support you, I'm pulling for you, and I'm watching very carefully. And I want to encourage you to stand strong for the multiculturalism and the modernism and the freedom that you're fighting for.
Our researchers describing are very troubling, of course, as well. None of this is warranted. Some of his reports also talk about how these are peaceful protests. That there's no reason for the police to be so aggressively attacking the protesters in the way that they are, and this is obviously a grave concern, that people have a right to freedom of assembly, a right to express their views on political, social, environmental issues, and that's being denied right now.
One of the things that never ceases to amaze me is the beautiful ways protesters find to voice their opinion, or and how sometimes it's the act of silence, the act of not talking, of not engaging, of just standing there and bearing witness. There's a power to just standing there and bearing witness to what's happening that is, very poetic.
Politikanın değişik yelpazelerinden insanlar bir araya gelmiş ve geleceğe o kadar umutla bakabiliyorlar ki bence burada büyük bir kazanım var ve bu kazanım üzerinde durmamız gereken ve büyütmemiz gereken asıl durum.
lot of graffiti everywhere, making jokes about the government, making jokes about the prime minister, and that this kind of outpouring of humor and a sense of freedom, right, that people are experiencing, that it's pretty interesting.
Many people here in Canada are very much aware of the situation and are thinking about you and are concerned for you and are inspired by your courage. And we love the picture of the library in the square.
To the people, just keep going. They have to keep going, hard as it may be. Just hope that no one, there's no harm to them. I just hope there's no violence. But otherwise, they have to keep persisting. And the methods of creating music and having concerts and mobilizing together, just keep doing that. Yeah.
Bir öyle bir böyle kelamlardan, yasaklardan illallah. Başına buyruk kararlardan, fermanlardan illallah. Bir öyle bir böyle kelamlardan, yasaklardan illallah. Başına buyruk kararlardan, fermanlardan illallah. Aman aman bıktık valla, aman aman şiştik valla. Bu ne kibir, bu ne öfke, gel yavaş gel yerler yaş. Aman aman bıktık valla, aman aman şiştik valla. Bu ne kibir, bu ne öfke, gel yavaş gel yerler yaş. Gel yavaş gel yerler yaş.
To the protesters, just know that I think there are many of us who stand in solidarity, even, in our very comfortable, far away from the danger. But I have tremendous respect for the courageous efforts of these people. And I'm so deeply humbled and moved when I see citizens willing to be so vulnerable on the street in a way that, I think that takes tremendous courage.
The protesters can know that we're fighting for their rights in terms of their freedom of assembly, freedom of expression, and their call for a dialogue with the government.
I'd say good luck. Thank you for all the hard work you're doing, and keep it up. You're doing it for all of us too.
Diren Gezi, Diren Türkiye. Her zaman yanınızdayız. Dünyanın her yerinde size destek var.
Diren, Türkiye.
Diren Türkiye.
Diren, Türkiye.
Duran, Türkiye.
Diran, Türkiye.
Diran, Türkiye.
Gel yerler yaş, gel yavaş gel yerler yaş.